Hi, I'm Terrio, a junior here at Sandwich Middle High School, and also an aspiring filmmaker and journalist. Today, we're going to be exploring some of our very own creatives here in our Cape Cod community. Cape Cod has long been known for its creative, vibrant atmosphere and rich artistic history. But where does this art come from? Who are the creators behind it? Today, I'm here to explore Cape Cod's very own filmmakers, journalists, and actors in our own Cape Cod community. Chad Amaral started his career as a production assistant at ESPN, where he spent 5 years working on SportsCenter, ESPN News, and both NFL and baseball programming, including the NFL draft. He later became a producer at Nesson before taking on the role of sports director at Fox 25 Boston, leading the team for a decade from 2013 to 2023. Now, he's sharing his passion and expertise with students on Cape Cod, inspiring the next generation of storytellers.
I think I always wanted to, I knew sports was a field that meant a lot to me. And it was one of these speeches in high school where somebody was like, well, if you find a job you like, it's not going to feel like work. Television and editing was something that I was good at. So I kind of focused already in high school, helping different teams, trying to figure out a way to get involved in sports. At a young age, I knew I wasn't athletically gifted, but I needed to find a way to work in sports, and video was my ticket.
Through his work in sports media, Mr. Amaral found himself covering moments that carried much deeper emotional weight than a typical video project.
I worked during the Boston Marathon bombings. I was at Fox 25. I was actually on my way to the finish line when the bomb exploded. Working for 24 hours after that, where Boston shut down, and being a sports producer, but more working on the news side for that. Even working at Nesson and working in the Jimmy Fund, working with a lot of kids who had cancer. That was kind of an eye-opening experience. I think when you're a sports producer, you kind of live in a world of make-believe where sports are the most important thing in the world. When you work on something like the Jimmy Fund and you see everything that these kids go through and everything that their families go through, I think it kind of puts everything into perspective, and it's kind of a great experience in broadcast journalism where we're kind of shedding a light on something that is so important.
In the end, through all of these experiences, Mr. Amaral believes journalism remains an essential part of the Cape Cod community and the stories that define it.
Journalism, if done right, it should impact every community in every way. I mean, in Cape Cod, whether it's, I know it's politicians who are fighting against the eminent domain of the bridges and stuff like that. But it also sheds a good light on everything that goes on here. So whether it's good or bad, broadcast journalism should shed a light on it. And I mean, our job is to find what people aren't seeing in their everyday life and kind of put a spotlight on it. So I think whether it's the best of the Cape or the worst of the Cape, broadcast journalism should have a role in it.
After years of experience both behind the camera and in front of it, Mr. Amaral shares what he believes is most important for those entering the industry.
I think that a lot of students are going to stress where they go to college and that's the end all to be all. And I think if you're great at what you do, and you work hard at what you do, it almost doesn't matter where you go to school. You're going to be successful wherever you go. Whether you go to a community college, whether you go to Syracuse, whether you go to any college, if you're really good, they'll eventually find you, or you'll eventually make sure they find you, and you're going to be great no matter what. So I know there's a lot of pressure on kids to go to this great school, but there's more importance on work ethic and being really good at your job than where you go to school. That's just a paper at the end of the day, and you'll get a great experience from those schools, and they're important, but that's not the end of your story. That's just part of it.
I think I first got interested in the art of filmmaking and video making at an early age, seeing Star Wars in the theaters when it was new, when I was 5 years old. And I was just fascinated by just the art of everything, the high concept nature of everything, and I wanted to know how a movie was made.
Before Jamie ever stepped into the world of professional media production, he was simply curious. As a child, he became fascinated with the inner workings of film and television, how shots were composed, how audio was captured, and how stories were brought to life on screen. By studying films and teaching himself through books and media literature, Jamie developed the foundation that would eventually lead him to the work he does today at Cape Media Center.
I think it was when I was analyzing, television shows and movies for the techniques that they were using in terms of editing, in terms of set design, in terms of the types of shots that were chosen. I wanted to do it myself, so I saved up my money and purchased a $500 VHS camcorder from Sears. And me and my friends would make movies, comedy shorts, really just to amuse ourselves. And that opened up just a whole new world for me, and also discovering public access television and using equipment that was beyond my price range, and learning how to use that. And from there, and taking video production classes at Cape Cod Community College, I really thought, yes, this is my career path. I want to do this professionally.
What began as a fascination with media eventually became an opportunity for Jamie to connect with and inspire others through his work.
I have been working with the local senior centers, the Centers for Active Living on Cape Cod, to teach a course that we call the Legacy Film School, and also much more recently the Legacy Podcasting School, in which I stand in front of some older adults from specific towns, go over the elements of effective storytelling. I go over the Aristotle story structure, making an emotional connection with the audience, and then I go into the technical aspects, like how to mic someone, how to get different shots, what all the shots are called, how to light a subject with the three-point lighting technique. And then from there, I work with the seniors to record their own personal stories that they can pass on to their family and friends. And that becomes very emotional for a lot of them. And I realized that, this is something that has a larger impact than just a video production or a storytelling class. This is something that they're leaving behind for the rest of their family.
Experiences like these helped shape the advice Jamie now gives to young people hoping to pursue filmmaking and media production.
I would say engage yourself with all facets of production, everything from writing a script, storyboarding, scouting locations, learning how to set up a variety of different tripods using a variety of different cameras, still and video, learning how to make an emotional connection with the audience, how to edit together your production in a way that fits the audience that you are making the video for, and do that over and over and over again. Work on a variety of different projects, and that will build your knowledge base that will help you for the rest of your life if you choose this kind of career. Certainly, become active in your local public access television station, as I did, because a lot of the equipment and programs are cost prohibitive to a lot of people, and just for $30 a year, you can go through the classes at your public access television station, build up your demo reel, your sizzle reel, and your resume for presenting to future employers. Yeah, don't be afraid to copy other techniques or analyze productions that you enjoy. Try to see how they achieved those same kind of effects, same kind of pacing, video effects, audio effects. Mimic that until you've achieved your own personal style that you can utilize to make your own productions more personal.
Even after years of experience and growth in the field, Jamie's passion for media and storytelling continues to drive the work he does today.
Well, there's always something to learn. And I try to continually challenge myself by working purposefully on a variety of different projects. What would be involved in making a public service announcement for a local nonprofit? What would be involved in shooting an action scene for a digital filmmaking project? There's different techniques in all of these different facets of production. I mean, certainly a medium shot is a medium shot wherever you go, but like the style and the pacing of these productions varies from shoot to shoot. And so I would continue to do in order to better enrich myself and stir the creative juices so that I can further not only my own technical knowledge, but also stepping out of my own comfort zone to challenge myself creatively.
That same passion for creativity and performance also connects closely to another important part of the arts, improvisation and live acting.
Improv, I think, is really great from a philosophical point of view. The concept of yes and is a very positive, optimistic way of going through life. Because in production, there's a taboo where you're not allowed to tell the director, you can't do something. Everything is possible, it's just measured in degrees of probability. Yes, I can achieve this different shot, but you have to give me like an hour of prep time, that kind of thing. And I think just working from a yes and philosophy can be more productive in any kind of production. You don't want to shut down someone's creative idea by saying, no, that can't be done. Certainly a fun, creative way, not only in video production, but also for a scripted production. For people that want to bounce ideas off of their fellow actors, their scene partners, the director, it becomes a nice creative environment for everyone if everyone's open for a variety of different ideas.
In the end, Jamie hopes more young people will take the chance to explore creative opportunities for themselves, believing that a single step into something new can open unexpected doors.
Yeah, if you are interested in learning the art of videography, digital filmmaking, definitely just go out there and try it. You don't even necessarily have to buy your own equipment. Like we all have, an HD, if not 4K video camera in our pockets with our phones. Make a film that way. There's so many applications that allow you to edit your production for free. Everyone has access to a free YouTube channel. Create your own content, hope it goes viral, promote it yourself, be an actor, be a filmmaker, just create. The creative choices that you make in life build the person that you will become.
As we close this journey, it's clear that the Cape Cod's creative spirit is alive and thriving. The filmmakers, journalists, and actors shape a community that is rich in stories and vision. Their work reminds us that art is everywhere if we just take the time to look.